What is good, y'all? My name is Ben Dunn, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new and you enjoy my content, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and nothing changes after you hit that button. The Earth still revolves around the sun, and there's still absolutely zero chance that you're the only guy she's talking to. Stay safe out there, kings, and enjoy the video. I came across a YouTube video where this guy who makes South Park content did this video where he was fighting every South Park character, and I thought it was hilarious. So I decided to buy this Yeti Nano mic and do the same thing with the fitness industry. What better way to hit the algorithm again than to start beef with literally everyone? My stats, just so that you can understand how fair the fight is. So I've been in one boxing match in my life. I lost by decision, and it was the wrong decision. I'm 6'3", I have pretty good reach. That's why I have really good deadlift genetics. 210 pounds right now. And my athletic background is pretty good. The way that I'm going to be rating the other people in my ability to fight them, I'm going to be rating them based on their athletic ability, because everyone's gonna have muscle. Everyone's gonna have muscle, but muscle that can't move doesn't really cause any harm. Obviously, previous fighting experience that I know of, because I don't know all of these guys. Some of them might have amazing fighting experience and I have no idea. But if I know of previous fighting experience, that will be factored into my decision. And finally, the unpredictability factor. This is usually are they a nice person, or is this person angry? Are they the type to get that fire inside? Do they have that dog in them? And they're just going to hit a second wind when the beef actually starts and just pummel me out of pure aggression. This is a street fight with no weapons, kind of like Randy Marsh fighting all the baseball dads when he's getting drunk at the Little League games. And speaking of that, this video is brought to you guys by Protocol Spike Protein Beverage. Protocol has 11 grams of protein and it is 8% alcohol with is 16 ounces. 3 flavors right now are Pineapple Pump, Orange County, and Swoleberry. There is no benefit to adding protein to this drink, as as alcohol suppresses muscle protein synthesis. That is why the catchphrase for the brand is hashtag 100% unnecessary. So it's the perfect drink if a gym bro wants to go full degenerate mode on a Friday night. All the store locations are available through the link in my bio, and without further ado, let's get on to the list. There are 5 categories. The first one, I destroy them, basically easy fight, probably win 50-50, probably lose, and lastly, I'd get destroyed. Let's start it off with an easy one. Tristan Lee, he's 5'0", 100. He played soccer. One of my boys actually played against him and said that he was mid. I'd pummel him. He goes up to my waist, if that. Alex Eubank, I think I'd beat Alex Eubank. I have a decent height and reach advantage. I feel like he's one of those pretty boys who has never been in a fight. He has to protect his face. I could also yank that hair if push comes to shove. So I'm gonna give myself the edge. I'd probably win. Jeff Nippard, I could probably land about 5 haymakers while he's assessing the science behind the power behind the human punch. He's another really short guy, very strong, definitely doesn't have that dog factor. I think I'd destroy him. Bradley Martin, I'm pretty sure he's 6'4", so he has an inch on me. I saw that video with KSI where he was just eating the hardest punches in the world. Not the hardest punches in the world, but hard punches in the YouTube world straight to his abs. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's done some jiu-jitsu training or some mixed martial arts. I'd get destroyed by Bradley Martin. He's also super athletic, as you can see in all of his videos and his fucking crazy shit with benching girls. Jesse James West. This is an interesting one. I'm pretty sure he went D1 for lacrosse, so he's definitely an athlete. In his videos, he does crazy ton of athletic shit. He doesn't have that dog factor though. He's a super nice, down-to-earth guy. And I want to say he's 5'10", so I do have a slight reach advantage. I have 5 inches on him. Probably longer arms for my build compared to him as well. I'm going to go with 50-50. Dylan O'Brien, he looks like he would go in the same category as Alex Eubank, but I'm pretty sure I heard him or like saw on his Instagram story that he was doing some jiu-jitsu training. So if he knows jiu-jitsu, I know someone who knows jiu-jitsu, and I saw him break a kid's arm pretty easily. And that kid's 160 pounds. So I think Dylan, with the slice bit of jiu-jitsu background, has me fucked. David Lade. This is another interesting one. So we have pretty similar builds. I mean, obviously he has like way better genetics and muscle insertions, but we're both 6'3" with wide clavicles, like big upper chest. I know he played ice hockey when he was younger. I know they fight a lot in ice hockey, but not when you're 13. So I don't imagine David has too much, if any, fighting experience. I'm going to put him at 50-50 because I feel like OG David in his prime would probably have me, or he'd probably have the edge. And then hippie David, I think I'd have the edge there just because, I don't know, he doesn't seem to have that, like, that old energy level. Maybe it's the testosterone, who knows. Larry Wheels, there's not too much I could say in my defense against him because I probably can't defend him at all. He would absolutely pummel me. James English, another shorter guy, so I have that height and reach advantage. He has a lot more muscle. James is an athletic guy. I've seen him get heated about some stuff, so I think I'd probably lose against James. Anthony Mantello, I worked out with him back in 2021, so I do have a pretty good idea of how I stand next to him. I'm a significant amount taller than him. Currently, I think he has a couple pounds on me. As far as athletic background, he played soccer, but I'm not really worried about soccer. I'm worried about the fact that he has a wrestler's build, and if he got me on the ground, I think he could mess me up pretty well. I'm gonna say probably lose. Shulk, I worked out with him this summer. Or not this summer, because it's 2023. Last summer of 2022. So he does have an inch on me. He's 6'4", I'm 6'3". We're both ex-tennis players. He was actually a 4-star recruit. I didn't get quite that far. I don't know of any previous fighting experience, so I'm going to put him at 50-50. Greg Doucette, 5'6", angry little man with Napoleon syndrome. I'm just kidding, Greg. It's all love. But I feel like in a fight or like in a hypothetical fight, he'd have that Napoleon syndrome and think that he can beat up guys who are 6'1.5". His athletic background is all cardio, which cardio is really good in the fight. It only takes that one punch. And he has narcolepsy, so like one punch to the dome and he's out cold. I think I'd probably win. More plates, more dates. Derek was a bouncer. So he's had to toss some guys out, possibly has gotten in fights in his bouncing career. His delt definitely carry a massive punch. He could probably just do a torpedo and it would be like getting hit with cannonballs. But he's older, out of his prime. I think I'd probably win. Soosh, the guy who I blew up on TikTok with, we used to make videos saying like we had better physiques than the other one and started this whole TikTok war of like Ben versus Soosh, but like, it was all basically fake. And I actually did message him that we should have a boxing match, like a charity boxing match, and we'd probably get so much exposure from that. But he said no. So normally I would say 50-50 because, like, we're built pretty fucking similar. But since he turned down the first match, I gotta say I'd probably win. Imagine where the fitness industry would be right now if me and Soosh had a boxing match in 2020. Lex Little, obviously his physique and his powerlifting feats are insane, but we are not judging that today. You're judging your ability to fight on the street. And Lex Little, I'm not really sure. I feel like since his waist is so tiny, he'd be easy to tackle. But I really have nothing to go off of here. I'm going to go with 50-50. Liver King, Larry the Lobster himself. I feel like fighting this guy would be the closest thing to fighting a bear that I'll ever get in my life. His blood pressure is higher than my SAT score, but he definitely has no joint support from the amount of orals that he takes to stay this dry year round. With that being said, this guy still looks like something out of a horror movie when you're in a cabin in the woods and there's some like axe murderer running around killing all the campers. So I'm gonna say probably lose. John Skywalker, he has an inch on me. He has that reach. I feel like we'd be pretty similar, but he smokes a lot of cigarettes, so I'd probably have that cardio advantage on him. I'm going to go with 50-50. Now, trend twins. The unpredictability factor of these two is absolutely mind-boggling. Either of these guys would just run at me like a 200-pound bat out of hell, and I don't think I'd stand much of a chance against them, honestly. Their height deficit is more than compensated for just by their sheer density. I'd get destroyed. Noel Diesel. I feel like this guy definitely doesn't have that dog factor from the outside point of view, but I feel like if you made fun of his sister or something, he'd absolutely snap and you would not stand a chance. I think it depends on his mindset, so I'm going to say probably lose. Police officer Ronnie Coleman. Saying that I'd get destroyed doesn't do what this man would actually do to me justice. I would get pummeled into absolute oblivion. Imagine you committed a crime and Ronnie Coleman came to arrest you. If I was like a delinquent teenager in the 90s and I saw Ronnie Coleman in a police uniform on ABC News, I would never do anything wrong again in my life. They should have just advertised all police officers like Ronnie Coleman, and the crime rate would be zero. Imagine if every officer looked like Ronnie Coleman. Who is out there committing crime still? No one. Had to throw a softball in here. This is that Smurf guy from TikTok. He has some form of dwarfism, but he's an absolute tank. Still doesn't take away from the fact that he's like 4'8", and I'd just step on him like Mario stepping on the gumbos. C-Bum. Obviously, he's C-Bum. He's huge. But he's Canadian. He's so nice. One, I don't think he'd ever throw a punch in his life. But two, he'd more likely than not try to resolve the situation another way before throwing a single punch. And I doubt that there's anything I could say to him to get him to throw a full force punch at me just because he's so goddamn nice. I'm going to go 50-50. Ziz, another guy around the same height as me. Ziz, when he was alive, rest in peace. He was a cocaine guy, so coked up Ziz versus me. I'm probably going to lose. And that is the list. Let me know in the comments how you guys think that you would fare against these guys in a street fight. If you enjoy these type of videos, let me know as well, because I want to make a lot more of these, especially I got this brand new toy and I want to try it out and make the most of it. I love doing commentary, and vlogging has just gotten super repetitive. I feel like my content's been getting repetitive, and I've been kind of at a loss for making something new and trying to keep you guys entertained vlogging with my camera just like in my car and shit. But I just like talking to the camera about nonsense like this, hypothetical fights against all the guys in the fitness industry. Drop a like and a comment for the algorithm. Thank you so much for the support. Peace.